What's up, everybody? Jonathan here with Boston Collectors, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about Anakin Skywalker and the staff, as well as the quote-unquote lesser version without the staff. Now, diving into it, we're going to go ahead and start off with the version that I'm picking up, which is the Anakin Skywalker and Staff Special Edition, Exclusive Edition. Before we start really diving into it, this is actually the Anakin Skywalker from the Clone Wars movie. Now, with that said, this is actually a scene in the movie where he's going up to the monastery and he takes over the staff from one of the battle droids as he continued to scale the wall. Ahsoka was rather small, right? Now that's very interesting. I just kind of want to point out some of the interesting parts in some of these photos. Ahsoka wasn't this old yet. In fact, that was the first version of Ahsoka that we saw, which she was very, very young. She was introduced to Anakin during the Clone Wars movie. So to give us the season 6 or 7 version of this, very interesting, a very, very interesting choice. Now, moving on, obviously we do have the Anakin Skywalker portraits here. He's here with Obi-Wan as well. We do have the staff, like I mentioned before, from the movie. That looks really cool. LED light up effects. This is probably going to stand similar to the Darth Maul speeder that we picked up from the deluxe version as well. Right away, I mean, this is the next Anakin Skywalker that we're going to see on the market. I don't know what we're going to pick up from the Obi-Wan show. If we get flashbacks, that would be cool. But chances are we're only going to receive these 3. Now, for those of you who know, there's actually more than that because we have the little kid Annie. We also have the Attack of the Clones Annie. I doubt Hot Toys will start dabbling into making children, so that's out of here. But we do have the potential of seeing the Attack of the Clones Anakin, and I would love to see that. However, getting back on topic here, this version of Anakin is from the Clone Wars movie, and I would suggest watching it to understand the staff version of that. The poncho can be seen throughout the rest of the Clone Wars series, if you will. You'll also be seeing the cape as well throughout the movie, but not that often, because we still know Anakin for the robes. Now, one more thing before we actually leave this sheet. I want to talk about the hands here. He does use the droid poppers. The base is interesting, although you all know how I feel. And if you don't, definitely check out the Hot Toys Standards video. I'm thinking about making another version of that. Let me know if you all be interested in that down below. Now, the hands, right? All of these hands here are hands that we've seen throughout. This one looks different though. This is the one that we should have picked up from the other versions that we didn't get. But the rest of these hands, except for that relaxed hand there, we did not pick up from other versions of Anakin Skywalker. Now, if you notice, we don't have fists. These look like relaxed hands. We've got lightsaber wielding hands. We have a force gesture, a force gesture. This is supposed to be the hand that he's anchoring his lightsaber with when he's posing, and chances are this is also for the staff. So maybe you'll be able to use the lightsaber hands for the staff. Maybe the quote-unquote relaxed hands are for the staff. We'll see. Remember these hands, okay? Now, moving on to Anakin Skywalker. This is the light side version, okay? Now, with the light side version, we did get the majority of these hands. However, 2 hands were changed and altered a little bit. So this was given the force gesture hand that you see here. Instead of giving us this hand, they altered it a little bit. And instead of giving us more of a relaxed hand, they gave us this force gesturing hand. So things change. They don't tell us about it. By the time the figure come out and we pick it up, things are changed. Now, the one thing though about Anakin Skywalker, the dark side Anakin at least, all of these hands were included. Nothing was changed. Nothing was altered. All of these hands here we actually received. So with that said though, going back to other figures that I complained about in the past with Rex and figures of that nature, they are changing things without letting us know. And I would like for them to change things for the better. So getting back on topic though, because again, I want to save that for another video. Now, this version of Anakin Skywalker is pretty steep, right? $385. That's pretty steep. However, keep in mind you are paying for the vehicle. That is the overwhelming change when it comes to the lesser quote unquote version of Anakin Skywalker versus this version. You're still going to get the poncho. You're still going to get the cape. You're going to get the interchangeable armor, the hands, all of that. The only difference is you're paying that extra $100 so for the staff. Now that's up to you. Are you going to go ahead and pick that up? I don't know. I'm personally picking it up. I'm not really planning to use it soon, the Stap at least. I want to get my Magic cases situated, but if you're using a DTOF, me personally, I would suggest picking up the exclusive Anakin Skywalker without the Stap. But if you have space and you're able to do something with the Stap, I would say pick it up. Regardless, this is obviously going to be the one to outsail this one later on. When push comes to shove and maybe you have to sell a figure for whatever reason, this one will do better, but you're also paying a little bit extra regardless. So me personally, I would say go into this thinking about what you want as a collector. Me, again, personally, I'm picking up the Stap. Regardless, if you're going to pick this up, definitely pick up the exclusive. They're both on pre-order. There's no reason not to. I think you'll be doing yourself a disservice by picking up the collector's edition. So with that said, do I think this is worth it? $385. This, if you think about this, right? This version, and it's interesting because it's a limit of one per person, especially that exclusive. So you can't go picking up multiples of the exclusives. You know, if this would have been announced this year, this would be a lot higher. This would at least be, I would probably say $450. $385, and I know it's going to sound crazy. It's not necessarily a steal, but it's a steal for current times based on what the prices are right now. We're not going to be seeing this anymore. We're not going to be getting a figure and a vehicle at this price tag anymore. Never again. In my opinion, we will not see this again. Now, going on to Anakin Skywalker without the Stap, absolutely. Exclusive 260 figures with this much, with all these accessories. You got a cape, you got 2 interchangeable armors, you got a poncho. Come on. You don't get a light up arm though. That's one thing you won't get, which is very interesting. But with that in mind though, I think at 260, this is also a great asking price based on figures that we're getting right now. What? We got Captain Vaughn at $250. Captain Vaughn, $250. Now, would you pick up Captain Vaughn or Anakin Skywalker? You see what I'm doing here? Now, with that said, though, do I think it's worth it? Both of them are definitely worth it, in my opinion. But again, going back to if you have the shelving space for this, I would suggest picking the Anakin Skywalker without the Stap if you don't have space or if it's very limited. But if you do have a little bit of wiggle room, or maybe you have like a small collection somewhere that maybe you just like Ahsoka and Rex, maybe you're just picking up Clone Wars and you have this space, I would definitely say pick this up. The vehicles are highly detailed, especially if they're going the route that they've gone with Darth Maul. Very cool weathering effects and designs overall. Definitely would pick this up. If you like today's video, don't forget to hit that like button. We'll be coming out with a ton of Star Wars stuff next month. Stay tuned. Go ahead and follow us over on Instagram and TikTok if you're interested. Trust me, you're gonna love what we're doing. This is Jonathan with Boston Collectors, and we'll catch you on the flippity flop.